Hi everybody, it's Jeanne from Jeanne Jones, and we got Bolt here with me today. I know you can't eat the eggs. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the truth about eggs, just so you know exactly what different terms mean and what you should look for when you're buying eggs. This is the brand that we buy. It's local to Pennsylvania. Has some good things on it that I like to see. No GMOs, genetically modified organisms. They're fed on an organic vegetarian diet. It's USDA certified organic, which is important. It takes time and money to get certified. That means they're serious about it. And what I thought was very cute is free roaming. It doesn't say free range. Free range is actually a pretty meaningless term. You see on egg cartons, it means they have access to the outdoors. It doesn't mean they actually ever set foot outside the coop. They could have a window in the coop and the eggs could be labeled free range. So if it just says free range, don't pay extra money for it. It's meaningless. Cage free is exactly what it sounds like. It doesn't mean they're not overcrowded. I have actually seen kind of horrific video of chickens, you know, running over each other, literally stomping each other to death. But so if somebody's going to take the time to raise their hens organically, get certified organic, do all that, then you can trust that they really are getting outside, weather permitting, and they really are not overcrowded. I want to show you, this is what they look like. See, they're beautiful. They're all pretty close in size. It's pretty accurate. They have to be, these are labeled jumbo eggs, so they have to be a certain size. And these happen to be brown. And one thing about the color of eggs that a lot of people don't realize, it doesn't matter. Brown eggs are not healthier for you than white eggs. We just got some new chicks this past week. That could be a week old tomorrow. I'll put some video up of them at the end of this video. But I did pay extra for them because I wanted colorful eggs, not because they're any healthier, but because it's just a lot of fun to find an egg that's so dark green they refer to it as army green, or so dark brown they call it chocolate. And if I'm lucky, I might even get pink, but I'll probably get some blue and green. No healthier for you than any other egg color. That's just it. The color doesn't matter. It just means it's a different breed of chicken. There are some things, though, to look for. Like these chickens, I'm only going to feed my chicks organic food, and in fact, a lot of what I'm growing in the garden will be for the chicken. Certainly sunflowers, corn, some of the squashes and melons that they'll get before the summer's over, and then throughout the winter I'm growing winter squash, a lot of them. Hopefully it'll be a good year, and I'll be able to give them treats throughout the winter. That's one of the main differences. I would say that is the main difference in the eggs, is what the chicken eats. So you look for the term organic or certified organic, and that means they have to be feeding them a certified organic feed. You don't want the Roundup Ready corn, a lot of which is going to feed animals. A lot of the meat and eggs and other animal products in our society has the GMO Roundup Ready chemicals in it. Another thing I want to talk to you about is freshness. You might see a sign that says farm fresh eggs. That's pretty meaningless too. I'll show you here. You probably can't see it exactly, maybe, but there's some numbers on each egg carton. The first set of numbers here on the bottom, it says best by June 15th, but the first set of numbers is the actual farm, because it's on every single carton of eggs that we get from this farm. I'm not sure what the middle ones are. See if they're the same on here. No, they're different. It's probably a batch number, I would guess, from my years as a certified food processor. You had to keep very strict records on batches, etc. So if somebody got sick from an egg from batch number 18 or whatever, they would be able to track it down and recall all from that batch. The last number is the most important number. This is 112. That's the day the eggs were packed. So I looked it up, and that was April 15th. And you'll see here, best by June 15th. It was April 22nd, I'm sorry, and that was best by June 15th. So they're basically giving you 2 months that these eggs can sit in your grocery store, and then you take them home, and you're not going to throw them out by then. They can be sold past that date because it's just best by, not sell by. All those terms have very specific government regulation meanings to them. So this just means that they're freshest by June 15th. Well, they'd probably be fresher before June 15th. Now, if I was to sell my eggs, it's in the state of Pennsylvania, the eggs could be no more than 5 days old. So farm fresh itself doesn't mean anything, but if you go to a farmer's market and they are not a major producer of eggs that would have all these codes and things on them, if they're just selling eggs from their farm, they're supposed to be no more than 5 days old. You can see freshness in an egg when you crack it open by how much it spreads. The more the egg spreads in the pan, the older the egg is. Eggs that you pick and give away or whatever, sell within a few days, it stays together. So your overnight egg is going to be in a very small area. Another thing about eggs that you have yourself, you raise yourself or your friends or family, is whether or not to wash them. This country is, I believe, the only country in the world that refrigerates our eggs. And the reason is because the eggs have to be washed before they are sold. Eggs naturally have a protective coating on them to prevent bacteria, etc., from getting in through the shell into what is potentially a chick that would harm it. So when well, I don't, but when people wash their eggs off, they're removing that protective coating. So what we do, we had a flock before, a predator got them 3 years ago. So we're waiting until now where I'm going to be retiring soon. We're both with time to take care of them easier. So we're starting again. Anyway, it's very exciting to me because I work that way. But anyway, I don't wash my eggs. I will wipe off any dust or dirt, especially in the spring. Chickens' claws can get kind of muddy. If there's an egg in there that was just laid, another chicken comes in. I've seen them, two in an egg box at the same time, but they can get dirt on the other chicken's egg. It won't harm it unless you wash it. So what we do is, right when we're going to use them, that's when we wash them. We actually just put them in a little bit of tepid water and soak them for a few minutes while we get the pan ready. So that way the bacteria does not get in through the shell. Pennsylvania does require even small farmers markets to wash their eggs. So they can't sell them to you unwashed. They have to be kept refrigerated the whole time, and they have to be labeled as to the day they were packed, just like these. So it's the same scenario, except for you got 2 months to sell these eggs. And if you buy eggs at a farmer's market, you will see the difference when you crack it open. If you buy roadside, they may or may not be following the protocol that Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture recommends or requires, I guess. So talk to them, see what they're doing. A lot of them are not free range. A lot of them that I know from the people that I know locally, I know who has chickens, and I know whose chickens I see by the edge of the road. So you know who is free range and who's not. So, like I said, if you're going to buy them from the store, try to get organic is the most important word to look for. Don't look for free range, it's meaningless. Don't look for cage free. It's not meaningless, but it doesn't prove that they're not overcrowded. With organic chickens, they can't use antibiotics. They can't just shoot them up with antibiotics to prevent infection. They can only use it if it's medically necessary. So they're going to take much better care of their chickens. They're going to keep them not overcrowded. They're going to keep the coop clean. They're going to keep the feed area and the water area clean. They're going to make sure everything is done properly. So as far as health is concerned, you are better off paying a little bit extra for organic, but don't pay extra for color, because color, as pretty as it is to look at, it doesn't mean anything. And I will be happy this fall and this winter when our chicks start laying, because it won't be till about November. It takes them that long to be old enough. When they start laying, I want to see an egg carton that's full of all different shades of colors, just because it would brighten my day in the morning. Yeah, I'm going to talk about keep on the sunny side. So sunny side up eggs, here we come. Farm fresh eggs that from our own chickens are the only eggs that I can eat. No, you're not supposed to eat them uncooked, but the only ones that I can eat without becoming ill. I think from having our chickens for so many years and only eating those eggs, I can eat these cooked well done. I can't eat the other eggs at all. I can't go to a restaurant and order eggs scrambled or anything like that because I get ill because of everything that's in them and my body's not used to it anymore. So that's the scoop on eggs. I would like to give a shout out to whoever it was, my Facebook friends that told me about the date here. I don't know if it was Jenny. I don't know if it was Fresh Eggs Daily, Jenny Peterson, Fresh Eggs Daily. Check them out. Whoever you were, thank you, because I've been passing this on. But also let me know, leave a note in the comments if you get to see this video, and I would be happy to link your site or your blog post about it right here. So have a great day. I'll attach some video of our little chicks at the end of this. And happy gardening. Bye. So here we have our new baby chicks just arrived. I've got my little identification chart here because most of these breeds are new to me. If I'm getting it right, this little guy here will be the pure white snowy Easter egger with a little white tuft on top. This one with the brown stripe, he won't stand still, is a Welsomer, and she'll lays eggs in some shades of brown. Sometimes the shades will vary from early spring till late in the fall and through the winter. The Ancona, which I believe is this little scaredy cat here, she seems to always by herself, she'll be the only one that will lay a white egg. All the rest of them are brown or going to a lot of green and blue. We have one of these little ladies, has this one. You see she has a little purple band on her leg. That's to mark her. She is the olive egg layer. Her eggs will be somewhere between medium green to dark, what they actually call army green. This other brown, let me see, she is, she's on another Easter egger, Welsomer. I think she's another one of the Easter eggers, and her eggs will be anywhere from light tan, usually they're blue or green. If I get really lucky, they will be pink. And one of these other three black ones is, one of them is a silver marin, which will wear brown or lay brown to dark brown eggs. One is a barred rock, which I've had before, and they're really cute, and I'm thinking that's the one that's eating right there. It's real hard to say till their colors start coming in better. She'll lay really big brown eggs, and the other dark brown one could be, let's see, no, I got the olive egger. She could be another Easter egger. We'll find out, but for now, we'll let them get settled in. Here's the little ladies. It's Sunday. They will be 1 week old tomorrow. You can probably see how much bigger they've grown in just 1 week. It's pretty incredible. We did lose the little Ancona. She didn't make it. Maybe if I had known more about chickens, I could have saved her, but I don't think so. Sometimes, I guess, being transported is just too much for some of them. It's exhausting work to be hatched, and she was just too weak to handle it. But anyway, I was wrong about the one yellow one. Let's see where she is here, hiding. There we go. That's a golden buff. I looked it up, and she will be laying brown eggs, but she, along with the barred rock, are considered to be very prolific. None of them are going to be slouchers, but some chickens just lay more eggs than others do. On a side note, chickens are born with X number of eggs in them. Females are similar to women, and when they run out, they run out. So sometimes the factories they go by daylight. They'll lay one egg approximately every 26 hours or so. It varies by chicken, by breed. But they lay less in the winter, which makes sense because baby chicks would have a harder time surviving the winter than they would warmer weather. And they lay more in the longer days when the weather is warmer. Some factories will leave the lights on 24 hours a day, so the chickens lay more often. You know, it's a business, nothing against our egg farmers at all. But then the chickens stop laying sooner, and many become meat birds. I don't know what happens to the ones that aren't meat birds, but most of the farmers, I'm sure, are raising chickens that are what they call dual purpose, so that when they do stop laying eggs, they can be sold for meat. You wouldn't want to lose that. When we had our flock, we just kept feeding them. If they stopped laying, they stopped laying, and so what? They were more like pets than certainly weren't a business. But here they are, and they're getting big. Haven't named any yet, except for I think I'm going to call the olive egger Sergeant, because they say the eggs will be army green, but I haven't given them any names yet. Nobody's going to be called Nugget or Parmesan or some of the other ideas that my daughters have suggested. Well, maybe they will. We'll see. Maybe I'll have a chick naming contest on the blog. I think I did that before. It was kind of fun. But there you go. I'll keep you up to date. Bye.